Good morning, everyone. This is Ruben and Veronica Escalona with Red Alpha Custom Prints with another episode of the Red Alpha Mugshot Monday podcast. It's been a couple of weeks since we've recorded. We've been really busy. We took all of this past, Thanksgiving weekend. We took the majority of it off to spend time with family, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But we got a special episode ready for you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about what we did, for Thanksgiving. We'll the highlights. We'll talk about that. Obviously, we're going to talk about our mug here in a second. What mug we chose for the day. We got some project spotlights, new service that we want to, not a new service, but a relatively new service that we want to highlight. We got our famous coffee break that we're going to discuss. And obviously, we got some Showmates stuff that we need to talk about as well. But for those of you who are new to the podcast or just tuning in, we are the owners of Red Alpha Custom Prints, located here in Abilene, Texas. We're a print shop, and we provide services in a wide range of, ranging from small format to wide format. We do embroidery, direct-to-garment printing. Our goal is to do an A to Z type business, so that way you don't have no reason to go with anybody else. But we're located here in Abilene. You can find us online and on social media. Connect with us there. And the Mugshot Monday, it started out just both my wife and I, we are fans. We love coffee, and we have a bunch of different coffee mugs. And I was looking for a way to just kind of share that. And it just kind of grew into, here we are, this podcast. And so we're trying to get better.
It started off as taking a picture with your mug of the week.
That's right.
On Monday.
Yeah, and I had to clarify that the mug shot wasn't because I was going to jail over the weekend. It's a new coffee mug. So it just became my thing, Mugshot Monday. And so here we are recording a new episode in our podcast. So thank you for tuning in. We hope that we can make you laugh. We hope we can make you think. Inspire you to tune in again, and then maybe become one of our customers. That'll be a win for us. But without further ado, I wanted to talk about my coffee mug of the week. And I've been on this coffee mug ever since we printed these new coffee mugs. It's the right-handed edition of the Red Alpha Mugshot Monday podcast with our logo on there. I do have a left-handed one for myself, but I have a couple of right-handed as well. And we haven't started the shop yet with the merch for the podcast, but that is in the works. We'll have a shop where you can buy your own coffee mugs, to support the podcast. We'll have shirts and caps and things like that, different merch. Just as we can, we'll build that shop. But the main delivery system is right here on the other side of the camera. And just letting you know what goes on behind the scenes, right? Even though we're a print shop, we're two regular people who have normal interests. We got families, and journeys that we go on, and
we got feelings too.
Things like that, and so we like to share those so that way you can see if we're your type of people, right? Because that's important, to like the people that you do business with, and so. That's why we do this thing right here. So I picked this one right here. What coffee mug did you go with?
I picked my Gilmore Girls.
Huge fan of Gilmore Girls.
It's got all these logos and from the show. So cool. I like it. It says Gilmore Girls in here inside. When I take a sip, I can see it. One of my favorites. One of my favorite top shows to watch.
Yep.
Every single year on this time, I start watching it again, and I just go through it like a champ.
Yeah. And I actually kind of became a fan of it too, without even wanting to. It's like you watch episodes, just kind of on whenever we're in between shows.
Yeah.
And so I know most of the characters, and I know what I like about some and what I don't like about others. And so that's just part of being a good husband, I think. It's like,
yes.
So I'm not going to say, no, I don't like that, so I'm never going to watch it. I'll sit down and I'll be like, okay, do as much as I can, and I can't take it.
Yes.
I had all I can stand of Lorelai for the day, and then I'll go work on something. Right?
Yeah, that's one. I'm thankful for that, because I get to experience it with you and comment as we're watching, even though seen it so many times already, but it's like, we still get a kick out of it, and we shake our head like, oh gosh, why? Like,
yeah.
Keep doing it, and
Yeah.
and so it's fun. It's fun to share with you.
Yeah, I mean, and it also, like, we're the type of people that we have inside jokes, basically. It's
Yeah.
like, so we'll reference a show, we'll say something, like you'll say it's sweater weather, or coffee or whatever.
Or I smell snow.
Yeah, stuff like that, and I know what you're talking about,
He
right?
knows.
And so it's just part of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so I know what you're talking about, and haha, it's funny, that type of deal. And we do that for a lot of shows, like just shows that we watch over and over, and then the one-liners, the quotes, from different shows, we'll use them in just our regular day, and then we'll laugh about it. And then every now and then we come across people who are also fans of the shows that we watch.
Yes.
And they'll laugh at our inside jokes too.
Yeah, our daughters are into Gilmore Girls too, which is kind of cool.
Makes it extra special.
We got that in common.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so that's the the coffee for the day. There's no real special coffee inside of it this week, and it's been a couple of weeks. We've just been sticking to our old tried and true Maxwell House, or those types of things, right?
Old school
stuff. Just the stuff that does what it's supposed to do, right? It's like, I drink my coffee black, so it doesn't need to be fancy. It just needs to be strong enough to wake me up until I get going, and then after that, I don't need it anymore, right? So if it could degrease engines and it could wake me up, it's good coffee, right? I wait till the weekends to add creamer and do all that fluffy stuff.
I'm his barista on the weekends.
Yeah.
He'll ask me, "Hey, can you do me that a special coffee?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just put a half and half and a little bit of creamer.
Yeah, that's
it's nothing fancy, but it does taste good.
Yeah.
It's a good taste to our coffee.
Yeah.
And we also tried the instant coffee, although it was different. It was freeze dried, which I didn't really read it whenever I picked it out. It just looked like it would taste so good, even though it was instant coffee, and it did.
Wasn't bad.
Because we do have a water dispenser.
Yeah.
We're fancy like that.
Shout out to our kids. They got it for us for like about a year, 2 years ago.
Yes. And so it has cold water, and then it pours hot water as well. So all we have to do is put a couple of scoops of that instant, and then put some hot water, and we got instant coffee.
Yeah, that water dispenser is the gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
Every time, like, I'm drinking cold water right now.
Cold water when
and it's like,
when you want it.
I don't know how I lived without it.
I know.
Right? It's just like water just has a new, it just hit a new level in my life.
Yeah.
I drink a lot of water.
We don't drink faucet water, tap water.
Yeah, we haven't drank tap water in years.
Yes, we don't drink tap water.
But this is not a show to wake you up about that stuff. You'll have to get to know us, and we'll talk to you about our feelings there. But yeah, the water dispenser is just the gift that keeps on giving, and so I never get tired of that.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. But moving on into our next segment, we want to do we usually do a weekend recap, and for those of you guys who know us or have tuned in to past episodes, you know that we. Twice a month, we take the weekend off and we go and we visit our kids. We have kids that live in the Austin area, and then we have kids in Lubbock. Now we have 2 grandsons, one in the Austin area and one in Lubbock, right?
Yeah.
And so that's just more of a reason to take some time off and go spend time with the ones that they're the reasons why we're doing this, right? And so, but this past Thanksgiving week, we were already planning ahead that we wanted to take the whole week off. And we weren't able to take every single day off, but we didn't schedule any major projects or anything like that because we had stuff to do, right? And so we started out, we went to Austin, and we had a Thanksgiving on Monday, and when they had another one on Tuesday. And then we came back and we got prepared for the actual Thanksgiving on Thursday. Another meal, and then we again on Friday.
And then we did another meal on Friday.
So this Thanksgiving, all praise to God, we were able to celebrate Thanksgiving 4 times, with different parts of our family.
Yes,
and that's a blessing because sometimes. In the past, it's like you have to choose. Like, okay, so I'm going to go over here for Thanksgiving, and then I'm going to go over here for Christmas. But that always leads to some people being left out. Right? And I feel left out if I don't spend time with everybody.
Yeah.
Right? And so
especially our kids.
Yeah, especially our kids. So I'm like, I'm not gonna play that game. So we're just going to do as many Thanksgiving, meals as we need to. If we have to do 10 to spend time with everybody, that's just what we're going to have to do, right? And so this year it was 4, and gratefully you had your family wasn't like normally, right? Because we normally have to add another one because your dad was dad's here now, right? So that condensed it from to 4 instead of 5.
Yeah, because it would have probably been 5.
Yeah, and so we're a blended family. So those of you guys who are in a blended family, you know how complicated it can be to spend time with your entire family. But we do whatever we got to do. We chase the people who we love, right? And we make room for whoever wants to be a part of our lives. We make room for you. And but you just got to fit in wherever you got to get in where you fit in, right? Our priorities are children, our grandchildren, and then after that, the way I say it, everybody else is by interruption, pretty much, right? Send me a text, I'll text you back, right? Invite me to lunch, and I'll show up, right? Those types of things, But otherwise, we're planning and we're chasing our children and our grandkids, right? That's the way that I like to do it, right? And so that was so whenever Thanksgiving comes with a certain like protocol, right? It's not just we're just spending time together. There's the preparation of the turkey, the dressing, the fruit salad, and my wife. Kudos to you again. I know I've said it a bunch of times during the course of the week, but I wanted to, right here on camera, just give you all the kudos that I feel that you deserve, and that, you are the one that, without you, none of this would have happened. Right. And our kids have, they said, thank you, they show their appreciation and stuff like that. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Most people are out there struggling to do one meal on Thanksgiving, right? And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about, the preparation and the time, the scheduling and all that stuff to do one family meal. But to do 4 in 1 week is something special, right? And so I wanted to let you know how proud of you I am, and how big of a deal it is. So if anything, I'm going to be the one that's going to let you know that is a big deal. It's not normal. It's not normal, but you are an extraordinary person. You did it, and you've been doing it for years, right? And I just wanted to take a moment to celebrate you.
Thank you, babe.
Yes, of course.
And you've been thanking me all last week and over and over, and letting me know how, like you said, it was a big deal for you, and it's a big deal for me too, because I want to I love cooking for our kids. Getting together with them and making a meal, that brings me joy. And so to do it on a special day like Thanksgiving, it's even more a reason to do it. That's because right. I'm thankful for them. I'm grateful for our children and their significant others and their our grandchildren now. And so it's just something that it warms my heart, and I'm going to continue doing it until forever.
Yeah, forever. Right. Yeah, and it's something to look forward to. As a matter of fact, we're the beginning of December, we're looking to take some more time off, towards the end of the month. and do the same thing. That's the whole purpose. It's like when you start a business, the first few years, 10 years, 12 years, we're going on 15 years, but you know, the dream was to be able to take time off when you want to take time off from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're in grind mode, it's like whenever the business comes, you jump on it, and you don't take days off. You work late and you work weekends and you do whatever you got to do. But then the goal is not to work yourself to death,
Mm-hmm.
right? The goal is to be able to build something so that way you can take time off and enjoy it with your family. And now, 15 years later, we're able to enjoy some of the things that we were just dreaming about whenever we first got started, right? And so that's something to be proud of. One of the things that I dreamed of, not just taking time off, but I wanted to bring you into our business full time, right? Obviously, when we started, there was different things going on in our lives. You were, going and getting your degrees, and you were working on your career, and and so I never wanted to be the type of person that was going to say no. Your dreams and goals aren't important, only mine. That's selfish, right? I wanted to be supportive in what you were doing, but then just as life happened, God's plan just started little by little. It started leading you to where you are now.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're over 4 years of being full time with our business. And that started out with just an idea, a
Mm-hmm.
hope. It was a hope, right? And so that hope, the way that I look at it, and I'm not going to get too deep on this thing, but when it comes to faith, right? How do you know that thing that you're holding, that you're having faith for, how do you know that it actually exists and it's not just a wish? Well, it's that hope, right? It's the hope that you have. If you have hope for it, that thing that you're hoping for actually exists, right? So I was having hope for this right here, and I didn't let it go.
Nope, you sure
I
didn't.
didn't let
From
it
the
go.
very beginning, you were telling me I'm going to bring you on full time, and you would ask me, how much is it going to take? Tell me, give me a figure.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I was like, there's
She was
no way.
skyrocketing
I
the
was
number,
like, there's no way.
Mhm.
No, it's not like, come on.
Right.
But you never let it go.
Right.
And you kept speaking it. And you would say, one day, you're going to be full time and we're going to be doing this together. And you kept just speaking it,
Mhm.
putting it out there into the atmosphere. And then, like he said, just so happens, like, circumstances changed, things were revealed, and made, helped me make the decision. And it wasn't the perfect circumstances, right? Because if it were, then probably would have never, taken the leap.
Right.
But we went ahead and we moved forward with it, and I'm here 4 years later.
Yeah, and it's great. It's been awesome. And so that's usually the process for everything. It's like it's never the perfect scenario, right? At least for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do.
I don't know about y'all.
Yeah. We do our planning, and we're not dumb. We're not going to make dumb decisions, and we're going to manage what we have to the best of our ability. It's like, I think that we're pretty decent stewards.
Yeah.
Right. And so obviously there's things that we can work on to be better, right? But we're not naive to think that if we mismanage this, then we're going to automatically be qualified for something bigger, right? And so we manage the little so that we can be blessed with more. That's God's promise, right? And so it's one of those things. But the scenario is never like, hey, this is exactly right. This is the right timing. Here's the green light. Here's the signs. It takes some faith.
Mm-hmm.
It takes some faith, and you have to have these leaps. But then you also, sometimes it takes a lot of faith just to take the next step. Right. And so that's what a lot of things that we've actually created. Every service that we provide started out with a step of faith. There was no evidence that we can even do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was no evidence that we can keep it, sustain it, or get good at it. Right. And but a step of faith followed by another step of faith, followed by another step of faith. And then here you are 15 years later, you're full time. We're talking about growing. We're talking about doing things that used to just be a wish, now we're starting to see these things come to fruition. And that's just how it goes. So anybody who's starting a new business, that's just how you do it. If you have hope for it, then that hope is gonna build the faith that you need to be able to move the mountains that are in your life, right? And that's a free nugget right there. We're not even going to do it behind the X's and O's, but that's a free one right there. But as we transition, right, from our Thanksgiving recap, I want to go into our first segment, which is going to be a project spotlight. And it's not so much an individual project, but it's going to be it's going to be to highlight a service of ours. It's not a brand new service, but we're actually, like growing the service. We've had meetings on how we can better structure the service, and we got a new page on our website that covers this new service, which is our contract installation service. Now, you guys might have seen some of our posts where, I talk about Red Alpha installers. And so we do provide the service from start to finish, from design to install, when it comes to vehicle wraps and commercial window wraps, murals, and things like that. But we also provide install only service, which we call the contract installation service, to companies, to agencies that need installers, right? So we have a handful of clients that they're clients, they're print partners, strategic partners, however you want to label those, but they're agencies that actually need, professional installers to be able to install graphics for their clients. For example, we just finished a couple of installs for Hotworks. Hotworks isn't our client. They're clients of our strategic partner, our print partner. And so our print partner will send us the details of the project, and then we determine whether or not we can fit them in our schedule, and meet their customers' expectation. And then it's the process in between, right? And so we've been doing it for several years, and we never really honestly, we can build our business, 100% around that. Right. But we're diversified. And so we do a lot of different things. But one of the services or departments, if you want to call it, of Red Alpha is the contract installation service. And so we got a new page on our website. Actually, it's right under vehicle wrap solutions. And so if you go there, you click on the page, it'll give you all the information, that you need there. It even has a form that you can fill out. And get in touch with us, so that way we can start, working on, coordinating that project. Is there anything that you can add to that? I mean, you're the administrator, right? And so if you're an agency or you're a print shop that is needing this service, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be working with my wife, and she's going to work on the scheduling, the pricing, the details about the graphics. Are you going to ship them to us, or are you going to ship them directly to the end user? And then she coordinates with the end user, with the person that's in charge over there, to make sure that the graphics were received, and all of that stuff. And she makes it easy for me to just show up and just put on the decals, and then we're on to the next.
Just put on the calendar. We're going today or next week or whatever, and
yep.
And I take care of everything behind the scenes. The process that we have right now, it was created because of, over time, with every single install request, it was like, okay, we need to add this to the process. We need to add this to the process, because originally it's like, well, how do we handle this? Like the first request. So, I mean, there has to be a lot of communication between the company that's reaching out to us, to first confirm, where the graphics are going to be shipped to us, or to the end, like you said, their customer. And then how many elements are they going to be in one piece, or do we have to separate them? And they need to be unrolled if it's going to be sent to the customer. There's a lot of little things that need to be address, so that we can have a successful install. To just basically show up, tell the customer where they're there to install, have them, just give us an outlet, to hook up with electrical outlet, and then do our thing and get out as fast as we can.
Yeah, that's the name of the game with that. Well, really everything, but that right there, you have to be really good at managing your schedule, right? Because though that is separate from the other work that we have. So we have our local customers that come to us through the various ways. Some people, they drive by, they see our sign, so they knock on the door and say, "Hey, I need some decals on my fleet of trucks and vans." Right? Other people find us, through a social media post, and they'll send us a direct message there. And so we facilitate the inquiry through that channel. Some people, they're browsing for our services, and then our information comes up. They submit an inquiry through our website, and then we facilitate that inquiry through that channel. Some people call us. Right. And we do it that way. Some people text us, email. So we have all of those channels open for business. Right. And so us two, you're communicating with me, or you're communicating with my wife, or both of us. Right. And so it's like, sometimes it comes through me, and then it's like, okay, so I've done everything that I need to do to be able to hand off, this inquiry to my wife, and she handles it the rest of the way, and then she handles it the rest of the way and hands it back to me when we start doing other steps within the process. But we've learned to work together, and so we've gotten actually really good at these contract installation things. And it's to me, I love it, because it makes it a little bit easier, because I don't have to prospect for these types of projects. These people are contacting us. They're doing all the work. They're advertising. They're doing all that. People are coming to them. Okay, we got it. Now we just need an installer. Well, we're that guy, right? And so we're working on making ourselves better, right? So the process, we are working on our process to get better. We know all the things that we need to work on, and we're working on them, right? And so for 2026, this is just going to be a service that's going to be better than what it was in 2025. We had several projects that we did for in 2025, and they just seem to be increasing. The better that we get, the larger the scope of the projects, right, and the more frequent requests that we get from our print partners. And so that just goes hand in hand. When you manage something little, then you're given the opportunity for bigger things, right?
One thing I wanted to, whenever you were talking about all these inquiries are coming in through email, messenger, social media, text, phone call. So all this is happening while we're out on an install. While we're on our way to an install, we're on our way back. If we go out of town, sometimes we do take installs that are nearby, out of town, so it takes us away from our shop. But all these inquiries are coming in while we're doing that, and so we are also managing all those. It's either I'm driving and he's on the phone answering, or he's driving and then I'm on the phone answering or messaging. And we've got some cool apps that we use that are mobile friendly, that help us be organized. And that's amazing. That you can do business on your phone.
Yeah, absolutely. And so our business is portable, right? We're located here in Abilene, but we can do business wherever we're at with our phones and an internet connection, right? And so all of our apps to manage the back end of the business are on our phones. We can email you, so there's no excuse for us not to have a speedy reply, right? And so that's one of the things that I think that these print partners, they come to us more frequently because we're good at replying. Right. You submit an inquiry, within minutes, we're replying, "Hey, we got your message. We'll work on it a little bit later." And, we do that with all our customers. It doesn't matter if you're coming off of a Facebook page. If we don't have an automatic reply, built into that app, then it's actually us doing it. And so we're working on things just to make it better. It's like, how can we be responsive? Because my philosophy about business is that, you hear people talk about do business local, right? But if the guy next door to you never replies to your text, he doesn't answer your phone, and he's not available, he's not available whenever you need him. Is he really local? Right? He might be next door to you, but he's not available. Right? And so to me, local business, especially with the way the internet is set up, right? And social media and all of this stuff. To me, local business is the people who are the fewest clicks away, right? Who is the fastest to respond, right? Who is the one who is available to have to like take your conversation, right? And so that's one thing that I take pride in, is having a 100% response rate, but then the majority of those responses are going to be within an hour. Right. And so that's something that I take pride in, because if we're not replying right away, it's because we're asleep. We're actually, I'm in the middle of installing something if it's not right away. But usually I'm going to reply within an hour, or my wife's going to reply within an hour, and we're going to help you out, help you with the project that's important to you. And so that's the way that we do that. But that's the first segment, the contract installation service. If you guys, if you're part of an agency, maybe a marketing director, maybe you're a franchise, that you get all of your graphics from the headquarters, right? And you don't have someone that can install them without bubbles and without wrinkles, right? Because you go to some of these franchises, man, and I'm not. I mean,
their decals are up.
Yeah,
granted, they're up.
Yeah, and they're doing what they're supposed to. But man, when I go in and I see all these bubbles and wrinkles on there, I'm like, it just makes me want to grab my squeegee and start and fix it.
We always look at all the decals when we go to the stores or restaurants or whatever, and we're like, they could have done a better job here.
Yeah, and so that's what we're here for, right? And so if you have graphics that you don't know how, or you don't want to mess with, give us a call and we'll work something out. We will be your decal installers, and it's just going to be a contract. You don't have to, subscribe to a monthly amount. Just call us. We'll put you in the schedule. We'll make you look good. And then, we'll be here whenever you need us. But that's that service right there. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, and man, segment 2, I'm really excited about this. It's our Showmates segment. Right now, we just finished up the first 4 episodes of Stranger Things, right? And so we've been looking forward to the season 5. Ever since they announced it.
Yeah.
And so the cool thing about it is that it's in 1, 2, I think 3 volumes, right? Each volume is going to have 4 episodes. So it's 4 episodes for volume 1, 4 episodes of volume 2, and then I think the other one might be 2 or 3, right? So three volumes, right? So man, Stranger Things is one of our favorite shows.
Yeah.
Right? It is up there, and man, the from start to finish, I'd say that show is it's top notch when it comes to shows. The writing, the Duffer Brothers, they do an awesome job of telling a story. It is set in our, this is our decade, right? In the 80s, right? So the music is like, we're getting into the music, the clothes that they're wearing.
The items that you see in the 80s. I mean, they have it all it's so perfect to where you can feel yourself being in there and yes, I remember this. I remember the cafeterias. I remember walking to school, riding bikes.
Yeah. The Trapper Keepers.
The Trapper Keepers.
Oh my gosh. The Cabbage Patch Dolls, all that stuff, right?
Oh my goodness.
The music that they're listening to, on their, not just the music for the show, but the music that they're actually listening to, with their Walkmans and stuff like that.
And the food, the syrup bottles and the Eggos. I mean, Eggos have been, I don't remember eating an Eggo waffle though when I was a teenager. That was fancy. You're thankful that you get a pancake. That's
right. Yeah. And so, but yeah, it's a show that's made for us. And it's kind of tailored for my type of person, because I was into the choose your own adventure and never really got into Dungeons and Dragons per se, because we were also raised Pentecostal, so you can't you're the devil if you play anything with imagination. You can't even go to movies, it's back then you couldn't go to movies. The women couldn't wear pants.
We couldn't wear pants
because everything is the devil. I was left-handed, so I'm the devil, right? It's man, can't do nothing around here. And so, but you know, it's a show that is kind of tailor made for us, right? Our age, but then also, you know, you know, I don't know, you want to call them geeks, nerds, whatever. Like I was, you know, whenever I was little, I was one of those people that I kind of consider myself like a Renaissance man, right? Because I'm into the Dungeons and Dragons, I'm into reading books, I'm into the fantasy type stuff. But man, I also played sports, and I can also beat you up pretty much. I mean, not everybody. If you're professionally trained, I can't beat you up, but the average person, I could probably beat you up because I fought a lot whenever, you know. So I'm just kind of like a well-rounded person. And so that one movie with Danny DeVito kind of opened my eyes, you know, to the Renaissance man.
Oh.
It is someone who he can read poetry to you. He can sing a song. He can play a guitar. He'll play these board games with you, you know, and he can outrun you. He can lift weight, you know, a Renaissance man, not just someone who's just, you know, a nerd. Right. And so read a lot of comic books, and so it's a good time to live.
You know about God,
know about
like no
God,
other.
all of that stuff, right? I could be a good husband and a father and a grandfather all at the same time. So it's not just one thing. Right? Renaissance man, look it up. That's the name of that movie, Renaissance man. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, Showmates. For those of you who don't know, Showmates is one of our brands of Red Alpha. And so it kind of grew from our love for shows. And so we were watching Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones or something. And then I looked over at my wife and I said, you know what? You're my showmate, right? We were already soulmates. And at that time we were swole-mates because we were going to the gym together. And I said, you're my showmate. And so it just kind of grew from there. So if you go to our website, you can search Showmates. It's going to be under Red Alpha Originals. And then you'll see several designs that we have that are inspired by the shows that we love to watch. Right? So Showmates. We got a Stranger Things one where it says Showmates, but it's in the font of Stranger Things, you know. So we definitely got one for those. And whenever we watch a new show, you know, we don't automatically qualify it, right? It has to be something that really sticks out to us to become part of the Showmate brand, right? But we do have several ones that we like, you know, that are up there, and we are looking for some new shows. Right now we're watching, you know, Landman and Tulsa King, and we just got into the Pluribus simply because of the, you know, what's the name, Vince Gilligan. That is it Gilligan or Gillian?
I think it's Gillian.
Vince Gillian, he's, you know, the creator of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. They got a new movie.
The actress Rhea something or other.
Seahorn, is it Seahorn?
Yeah, she's a good actress. We liked her in Better Call Saul. Yeah,
she was really good. And so because of that, we're watching the new Pluribus. I don't know if I'm into it yet.
Yeah,
I mean, it's okay. It's got my attention, and we're going to sign up for a trial of Apple TV just so that we're going to use a different email.
And I found out I was doing a search. They don't have any like Black Friday deals. The trial's only for a week, and but it's an add-on with Prime. If you have Prime, it's a little bit cheaper. It's only like $10 a month to add.
I guess we'll have to save up some cans, or we'll have to do something.
We'll have to stop eating our donuts so we can.
It might be worth it just for the show, and then we'll. I don't know, but Apple TV does have some good shows that you know, I like that show Silo, and this one seems to be all right. And I've seen some other ones that seem to be like pretty interesting. So, you know, it might be, maybe there's some other ones that we don't even watch. You know, you know, it's like we can trade it out. But anyways, that's our love for shows. And so Showmates, Stranger Things, I didn't want to do a full breakdown because we can make the whole podcast about Stranger Things, but go out and watch it. Season 5, man, it is really good. I'm a big fan of Will Byers, you know, and I said it from the beginning, man. Whenever they showed the first 5 minutes and they showed, you know, what he had to go through in the Upside Down, I was like, man, that he's no longer Will, he is William H. Byers. Right, put some respect on that name.
Put some respect on it.
That's right. And so that boy handled his business.
Yeah, he was so young. I mean, you know, it's a show, right? But he was young whenever that happened to him, and we didn't see that whenever they were looking for him, we kind of, we didn't even know what he went through, but that's some pretty intense stuff that
Traumatic stuff
he had to go through.
Yeah. And then even when he got out, man, he was still, even up until this point, I mean, it's like that experience literally did something on the inside of him, right? And so, I'm kind of curious to see exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Because it changed him. It changed him, and so he's figuring out who he is, in spite of that traumatic experience. So William H. Byers, respect that person. He's going to be big in the upcoming episodes, and I think he's going to be critical to the story. And he might be the hero that we all, were hoping for. Right? He's not the little scared kid, right? He might be the hero of the show. So we'll see. But that's that segment. And I'm going to need to drink some water, but we're going to transition to our next segment, which is the famous coffee break. Is Veronica's coffee break. This is where she will, just talk about something that is on her mind. It could be random, it could be strategic, but it's the Red Alpha coffee break. And so I'm going to hand it over to my wife so she can do her thing.
And this topic is Christmas, Christmas parade. Oh, that's my favorite time of the year is Christmas. First of all, it's Christmas, but then I always look forward to going to the parade downtown. We live really close to downtown, so we walk over there, which makes it great for, I know it's just Abilene, I say the traffic. So, but just the experience of getting ready, of getting bundled up and walking over there. It's a little bit different now because of the new route, and then also the new construction that they've done on right in front of the Paramount, which that's where we used to usually stand on that street. It doesn't go in front of there anymore. And so anyways, the whole experience walking over there, standing there and watching all the floats, and then, just walking back now through the Doubletree area, right between the Civic Center and Doubletree, the Hilton Hotel. They've put up a lot of more Christmas lights, and it just looks so different. It looks like we're in a different city.
It does.
And the Doubletree had some Nutcracker statues there right in front, like life size. That was really cool. It was really cool. And anyway, so all that, the Christmas parade is one of the events that I look forward to every single year. I've been going to the Abilene's Christmas parade since I moved here in 2004. Took my kids. And even took my kids, even after they said, "I don't want to go, Mom." I'm like, "Well, you're going." With with our son, he was the last one to move out, and I would still ask him, like, "Let's go, I want to go," and he would come along, and now it's just you and I. Yeah. But we still go.
Even in the beginning, I was like, "I don't want to go." Like, got to be around people and all that stuff, and it's not really my thing. I don't mind it, but not to sit out for a long time. But as we, over the years, it just became fun, something to look forward to. We used to look forward to going to McKay's. So McKay's, shout out for opening up again.
Yes,
we're going to have to figure that out.
I can't wait.
But you used to, right after the parade, we would go to McKay's. We'd get a harvest muffin.
Harvest muffins.
I'd get, whatever I felt like eating. I didn't have my thing. It could be a brownie. It could be a donut or whatever, right? So it changes. But she loves the harvest muffins from McKay's, and so that was kind of like a thing that that was around the Christmas parade.
Yes.
And so it just makes it fun. It's fun for us, being in business, because we could see some of our customers, our friends that own business. They're the ones that have the floats that are going in, and it's cool to see people that you do business with kind of crossing the street, and with their lights and their floats and all that stuff. And we saw several people that we businesses that we either done business with or want to do business with or have been doing business with, and so it's pretty cool. It's a cool event. We didn't stay for the whole thing. we just went in, stayed for about an hour, hour and a half or whatever, and came back because we had stuff to do.
We had stuff, things to do.
Yeah, so when we got back, but yeah, it's I actually look forward to it now, and thanks to you kind of opened me up to something new.
Yeah.
Now we can celebrate Christmas through the parade, and so yeah, that's a coffee break. That's that was cool. I had fun too, and really look forward to it every year. Christmas is during the Christmas season, we get orders for our ugly Christmas sweaters, and so those are coming in. They're starting to come in, multiple times a day now. And so if you guys, we have them on our website, but we also have an Etsy shop, which I'm doing something a little bit different with our Etsy. Is we actually have our a dedicated URL or website for that, which is Christmas. It's Christmas redalphaholiday.com, right? And so, for the next one, we're going to do a dedicated one for that. And so, we're using the petty elf to help us, with our Christmas sales, and she has become a pretty good influencer. Letting us know what's going on at the North Pole, and they just had a wedding over there. It's really cool. They spent some time at the island of misfit toys, and just really cool. And so we're going to wrap up this Christmas season with the petty elf, and then we're looking onward and upward to the next thing. So check out the blog, connect with us. The stories are going to just get better. The influences are going to get better, and so we got a bunch of plans for the new year, but we just wanted to share a little bit of our past week with you. You can tune in every. Our goal is to have one every week on Monday, Red Alpha Mugshot Monday, to where we're going to talk about our weekend, talk about some of the jobs that we've completed. Maybe some random thoughts and some behind the X's and O's type things, and hopefully, somewhere along the way, there's a nugget that you can draw from that can help you in your business, or maybe it's just some like a life lesson that we can share that can inspire you to go out and on your own journey and do something great. And then hopefully you'll come back to us and say, hey, I was listening to that podcast and something that you said there really, jumped out to me. And so because of that, now I'm doing all these great things. That's the goal. That's the goal. And so otherwise, we just appreciate you guys tuning in. Once again, we're Ruben and Veronica with Red Alpha Custom Prints. If you need anything, just get in touch with us. We will help you out, the best way that we can. And can you sign us out?
Red Alpha out.
Red Alpha out.